All right, welcome everybody. Today we are gonna go back to playing Foundation for the day. I know that's normally the Monday schedule, but Doxybot was unavailable to play Peak, and I feel like solo Peak isn't as engaging to watch. So we're gonna do Foundation for today. Feel free to chat, hang out, do whatever. Let me just throw that in the chat here. I can spell. Right. Perfect. So on we go. Last time I think we left a bunch of buildings in the process of being built or upgraded or adjusted. So we'll take a look and see how that's going. All right, I just got an achievement for producing a monastic meal. And I just realized that I don't even have you in the screen where you can even see the game. All right. So we've got manuscripts being made. Got a bunch of dorms expanded now. Got the Hospitium, which only holds 14 visitors right now, unless I make it bigger. One of which is this, oh, I guess I already took care of that one. Now I just have visiting monks that are going to be here for 21 days. They need to have at least 80% approval, which right now they're sitting at 103% approval. So we're doing all right. As far as things that are still in the process of being built, it looks like just this cloister maybe. Oh, that's right. I think we expanded this church a little bit so that we could have some more people attend. Let's prioritize that because visitors want to be able to attend church. Okay. Let's check our list of buildings. Let's sort by current status. I guess we're currently still constructing an expansion on the Berry Garden, the Rustic Church, and that's all it tells me here, even though the cloister is one that should be listed. I guess it's because they don't have workers and they can't have workers. Maybe that's why it doesn't show any on that list. But yeah, okay. So that's in the process. And this berry garden here is in the process of being expanded as well. Because we still have 2 more of these round berry bushes. But so far everybody's employed. We're losing some herbalists that are finishing up to be swapped to other jobs, which is fine. Just because they will automatically redistribute amongst all of my monastery buildings. Just based on how many new people I get that I add into the monastery. I think they try to evenly spread themselves across most jobs, but I don't exactly know how that is determined. And as soon as these manuscripts are done, as soon as we have 5, we can use them to promote a novice into either a brother or sister, which just makes them so they're a little bit more optimized for the jobs that they're working. I am curious to the few that I've already promoted. They've got all the regular needs, plus the cloister as an eventual requirement. And then they can be promoted again at that point. But it says I have to have 10 sisters before I can move on to the next one. And it takes 50 to promote. Or right now it just takes forever to even get one manuscript done. So we've still got a ways to go. But so far we're doing really great with the visiting monks. This one has to do with selling herbs, honey, wine. Good amounts of them over the course of 30 days. Kind of a rolling average, essentially. And then I need to also have 100 monastics to hit that. And right now, my monastic population is 70. 68 novices and 2 sisters. And then I also need to have a total of 1,500 coins in trade over 30 days. Which, when I'm trading honey and wine, I think will probably get me to that pretty easily. Okay, we got 3 more people. We will immediately add them into my monastery, and they'll be assigned to work wherever they are needed. Got a decent amount of bread on hand, which is part of making these monastic meals. Specifically, we are doing simple stew, which takes herbs and bread. And we've got herbs here in the garden. And then we've got bread by harvesting wheat, milling it into flour, and then taking that flour to the bakery with water, and then cooking it into loaves of bread. Let's see here. That's right, last time we did unlock another clergy privilege. I'm gonna say let's go ahead and get a price bonus with trade. Specifically with those of Clergy Alliance, which I think I have 2 different trade routes with people like that. We've got... Oh, Middle's allied with Clergy, and I don't have them unlocked currently. Kinstone Abbey is also, which I do have that one unlocked. I guess I've only got the one, which is Kinstone Abbey. I would need 20 common clothing in order to unlock this trade route. And I don't think that I have the capacity to get the entire process of making common clothing, because I need to keep my regular villager population below 75. We're already at 57. This would take 3 different buildings to make happen, because you have to have a sheep farm, you have to have a, I think it's like a, I don't remember what it's called, but they spin the wool into, or they spin, hold on. Common clothes. You get the sheep. Sheep are sheared. That's then taken to a place where it is, the wool is turned into cloth. And then that cloth is taken to a place where that cloth is turned into common clothing. So I need to be able to staff 3 different buildings in order to make that happen. And if the only reason I'm doing it is to open a trade route, I think instead I'm going to see if I can just buy the common clothing. Or at the very least, maybe I could buy cloth and then just only have to build the one type of building to make the process happen. But I can buy common clothes from Kinstone Abbey. That would then unlock this trade route. We'll have to see. Because I also don't want to like spend too much of my money on trade until I have a good amount of income. If I were to go, let's see. Modest church, modest architecture. Farming improvements. Glassworking. I think I'm looking at wine being an option. So if I were to make wine, I need barrels, I need grapes. This unlocks the production of vineyards. And what's great about both of these is the vineyard and the winery fall under the monastic umbrella. So instead of being regular villagers, they will be workers that don't count towards that cap of 75. So I do want to eventually get to that, but in order to make barrels, I need to unlock a cooperage, which takes planks, iron, and tools. Now the issue is, iron and tools, I don't have the ability to make myself, because again, that's a whole process as far as the buildings and work required. And I don't know that I have that many people that I can afford to assign into those jobs, because it's 3 just to make, let me think about it. You get the charcoal, you mine the iron ore, you smelt it into bars. That's 3 buildings. Then an additional one to take iron bars and make them into tools, so that's 4 buildings. And another to make this cooperage. So that's 5 whole buildings in order to make barrels. And if on average there's 3 people working in each, that's going to be 15 added to my total population. And what's that going to do for me? Well, I'm looking at the wrong menu. 15 added to the total population of serfs. That would put us at 72. So already near the cap. I don't know how to feel about that. Is there anything else that I would want within the progression list of regular buildings? I do imagine that in order to make the monastic abbatical church, which is my end game requirement essentially, I'm going to need stained glass and probably sculptures. So that in and of itself is going to be an extra couple of workers. 1 who at the sculpture workshop, 1 to smelt glass, 1 to produce stained glass. I think it's actually 2 workers to smelt glass and 1 to produce it. So that's, I think, 4 workers between those, which would put me over the limit if I made it to 72 with the process of barrels. So, how can I justify winemaking? I don't know. We'll see if there's any buildings that I can justify taking workers away from them. Trotbury sees potential in a fleet of carriages. They want to trade more goods with your village and would like your help crafting such vehicles by supplying them with tools. So we'll say sure. And eventually, in order to improve our trade route, we will need to give them tools. Okay. Well, we speed things up while some of these get finished. Looks like our berry garden has been fully finished with 2 more bushes. We've got honey and wax being made. And we can't expand our grange, so in order to hold more of those types of items in the monastery, we would need to make another grange. I think rather than do that, we're going to go to our granary. Hold on. Okay, the grange is holding stews, but not bread. So I need to be able to have bread on hand here. 3 different stacks of it. Sure, for now that's great. And I think we'll put honey here. And I think wax is not, because it's not considered a food resource, it's going to need to go in the warehouse instead of the granary. So I think we'll just put 2 stacks of honey here for now. And then over here, let's assign wax. We'll do 2 stacks of that there. Okay, with our 4 new people, I think we are just going to go to the monastery. Of course, all 4 of them are going to be nuns. We're constantly expanding our nun, what's it called? Dorms. We got 46 nuns, and in our monk dorms, we only have 31. I don't know, something about our village, I guess, is attracting more women than men. Don't know how to feel about that. I think in general that's probably a good thing. We like people feeling safe. Okay. Now, as far as the only other thing that needs to be finished in building, this cloister. We have the regular stone on hand, but we do not have the polished stone on hand yet, and it's a pretty slow process. We're at 56 out of 90. I've got a stonemason who, because I cannot promote them in this scenario, is working at half productivity. But they take 1 stone, take this entire progress bar to turn it into 1 polished stone. But I do have a trade route going on where I am buying up to 30 polished stones. I don't buy anything when my inventory reaches 30, but I will buy up to that limit. Yeah, I'm thinking that this scenario definitely relies heavily on me going full into the monastic resources and using them as trade so that I can then afford to maybe not have some other types of buildings. Like maybe eventually I fully get rid of the stonemason hut and just buy polished stones. Because if I'm selling enough of my monastic resources, I then can free up that worker to do something else over here, such as making charcoal or smelting iron or something. Because those are not things that fall within the abilities of a monastery to do. But yeah. These cost clergy influence. I might as well get both of them. 20 each. As soon as I hit 150 clergy splendor, this tier is then unlocked where we can look into making wine. We can look into more pretty options for decorations and clergy privilege. And then past that point, once we hit 300 clergy splendor, we then unlock the ability to research the abbatical church. So it is what it is. Now with our 3 new people, 2 of them are going to be monks, 1's going to be a nun. All right. Well, from there, I did just unlock some things. It's going to tell me, hey, you can build a modest church now. Now, I'm curious to know if there's really a difference as far as gameplay. Whether it's not just like... what's it called? How nice it looks from our perspective, but if there's actually an increase in how, like, satisfied people are with their church attendance. Let's see. Well, nothing that's easily found in this help list. I'm curious about this. Okay. Well, in that case, let's compare the two side by side. A modest church. Looks nice. Modest church capacity is 45 straight up for a building of, I mean, somewhat comparable size. It's not like, it is decently bigger. But if we compare that side by side to, this is a modest church nave. Let's go church, rustic church, nave, major. This one holds 24, this one holds 45. So 21 more people. And immediately it already comes with Clergy Splendor as part of it. And then there's more space for you to add on more Splendor stuff. So I think that's definitely worth replacing our old ones as soon as I've got the polished stone to do so. So we're going to get rid of this one. We're going to get rid of that one. We are not building any churches at the moment. Of course, that happens just after I finish upgrading this one to have a slightly larger max capacity, but that's all right. The only reason why I don't just build the modest church and leave the rustic churches is because they take a regular villager to work them as well. And so if I essentially double the amount of priests that I have working, that's 2 less workers that I can send to do other non-monastery things. And we got the notification before that the visiting monks were happy with their visit, so I got, I think, coins and I think some clergy influence from it as well. Alright, we just got some stone from trade. It's not enough to finish it, but, well, no, it is. Because we only need 22 and we've got 26 polished stone. So from that point, first of all, how much honey do we now have on hand? 45, okay. Still not worth starting the sale of those, because in order to meet this, we need to be selling at least 50 within the course of a month. And if I sell it all now, I think that makes it so I don't have enough on hand to meet that full requirement of 50 in a month. But it's still a ways off for us to meet this entire thing anyway, because wine I don't even have the start of yet. Well, hold on. Yeah, we still need plenty of Clergy Splendor in order to even unlock this tier. The steward of the bishop is approaching the village. Oh boy. Three horses for this trip. Oh, but 2 of them left. Okay. Buying bread, herbs, and berries. The bishop would like to purchase food from your illustrious land to help others under the benediction of the clergy. His steward offers more gold and influence to help your monastery prosper in return for herbs, berries, and breads. So, I definitely meet those requirements and can immediately make that trade. 25 berries, 10 herbs, 25 bread for 5 influence and 105 coins. Or I could essentially flip a coin to possibly get a better deal or a worse deal. I think we're just going to take it as is. Got a treasury here that expands my total coffers, where if I don't have that, I'm limited at 500. I can now exceed that. How are we doing on fish? You're full. Okay, well, I guess we need to go to the granary. No. Well, we got space for 2 stacks of bread. Let's swap the empty one into fish. Because this person won't fish while their stack of 50 is full. But now I have somebody going out to, I think, collect it. Yeah. So they take the full stack of 50 to storage. The fisherman immediately goes out and does some fishing. Alright. Well, right now, berries are definitely our rustic food source for people. So I think we just go about selling all of the fish we have on hand, or at least most of it. I don't know if eventually we're going to want to spread our rustic food responsibility between both berries and fish, but for now, let's go ahead and say we're going to sell fish above the value of 20, just so we can still have something on hand. Does anybody even buy fish in my current trade routes? I don't know. Right here. Can sell not fish. Not fish. They buy fish for a coin each. Okay. Yeah, just the one. That's fine. Right. Oh, that's right. We just got some more people in the village a bit ago. We're going to do one into each of the dorms. And now we've already almost hit our cap of nuns until I can expand their dorms. So, we fit one more in there. Then we go to the monk dorms. We fit 2 more there. So now we have 1 person who is unemployed. But our cloister is... oh, it's almost done. I guess somehow our polished stones got used for a different project. Great. Okay, I've got 1 more person who does not have a job right now. Got bakers. Got millers. I think there was a sawmill that had space for more people. Yeah. Great. Well, it's time to expand our nun dorm again. Oh, it's because some of the polished stone, I think, went towards the process of expanding one of the dorms. Oh yeah, both dorms are still not quite done because of the lack of polished stone. So I think back in my trading, I need to up the amount that I'm buying to. We're going to buy up to 50 at a time. Hopefully that doesn't strain our bank account too much. Because we're still missing 4 for the cloister. 10 for the monk dorms. And 5 for the nun dorms. Right. Oh, good. I haven't been paying close attention to manuscripts, so we've got quite a few of those. Let's go ahead and promote somebody working as a copyist, because they will make them faster. Okay, you're already promoted. Promote you. Great. So now 3 of the people working there have been promoted. They work at a better productivity. Because most of my people are novices, they do have a somewhat of a penalty in productivity, where this job is best suited to brother and sister, which is that first promotion. So I got 3 people in here, I think, who are not novices. Oh, and it tells you in their title. Okay, so sister, sister. I've got 2. So I think one of the people I just promoted got switched to a different job, which is fine. I just don't know quite how the shuffle happens, how it's determined, when it happens. So, I don't know. Alright, and now we're starting to get a path through the grass here because we've got enough people constantly transporting the fish back and forth. Plus the fishermen walking to and from their workplace and the rest of the town. Four more people. And only one of them is a male that can be a monk. Okay, well, what to do with the other 3 of you so you don't get mad because you're unemployed? I want my polished stone, please. I think this guy's going to sell it to us. Yes, okay, we've got some polished stone. But I think he only trades a certain amount at a time. Yeah, he only has a limit of 25 things per item until we can upgrade the trade route. I guess his pack's only big and only so big to hold that much. Okay. Well, in that case, don't got space for him. But this one will be done soon. So let's go ahead and start it expanding again. And I think we're going to do it across the way here. Oh, that's so big. Some of these are expansions from one of the upgrades I got. Let's do a minor modest hall. And the paths are still going to be walkable if we do it like this. And we're going to build it up, because right now it's 12 more people can live there. And we'll put it at the height of 14. And we got to put a door on it, because that's a requirement here. Although it says that the door requirement is met right now. Oh, I think just in general for the main one, but this one's red because it doesn't have a door. Okay. And let's go with a minor modest gate. And just put it... Does it not go on the end here? Guess not. So it's got to go on the far side. No. Okay, never mind. So it can only go on the long sides. Well, that's a little unfortunate, but that's okay. So, we'll keep it turned this way so it fits best. Butt it right up against the wheat field, I guess. And put a door right there. And let's go see, well... We could get a modest buttress for more splendor. And no matter the height of it... Okay, changing the height does change the amount of splendor we get from it. So if we can mirror that just for fun, because splendor is going to be one of the things we need. And then, what kind of upgrades did we get on top? Nothing much, I think. Past what we already had. Put some more gargoyles on this just for fun. I guess it's 2 each, so instead of... We'll have one of them, but we'll also put a modest church cross, which is worth 4 splendor. Okay, is there anything... other decoration-wise that I can put on the outside of it? Put on some bell towers. Put a little galley on it. So I'll add more capacity. I don't want it to cover that window, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to apply that. That's going to add space for 19 more people and 30 more Clergy Splendor. And that immediately, even though it's not built, gives us space to add in more nuns. And now both of their other construction is already finished. Now the question is what to do with the monk dorms, because I can't expand to any side. So I either have to make a new one, or just, like this one, a new building kind of in a different direction. In the end, I think they both equal out to be the same thing, but it's a question of whether they would be the same menu here or a different one. Alright, and the cloister's done, which means any of my promoted brothers and sisters can have their cloister time to meditate about their lives and what they wish to eat for dinner. And in there we've got some bushes, a tree, some benches for people to sit and think, as well as we've got little pathways for them to walk and consider what they're doing. Don't like the way that that one roof does what it does, but at least in the organization of it, they require you to be able to have people enter. And I didn't see an option other than that. And then the rest of that, they need to be able to enter to the inner sanctum, so at least have one of them turned around. So regardless, it's always going to look backwards, which kind of sucks, but just one of them. Maybe with the upgraded version, there's more variety and options to achieve that without looking so wonky, but I'm not doing it yet, so we'll see. Okay. How are we doing on honey? We have 72 on hand. More people. 2 of which are nuns. 2 are monks. Okay, how are we doing on overall work spread? Oh no, all of my jobs are full. It's unfortunate. I have 6 people who, even though they have a place to live here, they are currently unemployed. So I need to expand also either one of the existing jobs or, let's see. We already have a kitchen, so we could expand that maybe, but I think we're doing okay. We could try to expand beekeeping, but I think instead of expanding the current one, we'd just make a new building, which is fine. I think that would actually be a solid choice. It only has 2 workers in it, though, so I don't know that that's the very best option. We could expand the hospitium. I think it takes a lot of space and doesn't use a lot of workers, so eventually I'd like to, but I don't think that's the best choice. I think we're going to work on making another apiary and also expanding our current berry and herb gardens some more. And we've got space to upgrade or to promote 2 more people. Okay, brother, we're looking for novice. Promote. Promote. Okay. Now we have a total of 3 brothers, 3 sisters, and 87 novices. So, can we... I don't think there's anything to... Yeah, you can't expand an apiary. You'd need another one. So, I'm going to go to the monastery. We're going to edit. We're going to add a sub-building of an apiary and have it be adjacent to this one. over in this direction, I think. We'll look at it to see. Looks like it only needs to make sure that this space is open for people to walk into. So we'll just have it be kind of an exact replica of that one. Sure. And we'll apply that. As soon as it's done, there will be space for 2 of my 6 unemployed workers. And then we're going to come to the herb garden, which is already gigantic. We're going to expand it some more. Going to slow things down so that I don't miss events while doing this. Ooh, okay. Huts can store more herbs just here, which I think will be good since I'm lacking storage space elsewhere. And for right now, let's put that storage space back here. Like that. Because they need to be able to enter from both sides. Now over here, that holds 50 more, which isn't great, but it's something, I guess. Let's put some round planters there. And there. And maybe a big square one here. And the reason why I'm turning these is just so that they can access them easily from the already made paths. Okay. So that's going to add space for 2 more per thing. So that's going to be a total of 10 more people that can work in herbs. Let's go ahead and get another guy here in the middle, and they'll just create new pathways to get to that. So that's going to be 12 new people who can work in herbs once those are done. And luckily that's a pretty cheap process. It doesn't take any polished stone to make happen. And then here we're going to expand the berry garden. I think we're also going to create a hut to store extra berries. And we'll put it right here. Then we're going to expand these right here. And one right here. It's going to be space for 6 more workers to do berries. And I think... oh boy. We'll do some more over here. So 8 more workers. 10 more workers. 12 more on berries. Okay. Another person showed up. The speed of immigration has slowed down quite a bit just because employment is low, where I have 7 people over here who can't do anything, just because I don't have the buildings available for them to work at. So we'll speed things up so that those can be built. Let's say we're going to prioritize herb garden. We got 2 builders already bringing resources. And already building. I don't know where the builder is. Oh, over here working on the first thing that I added, which was the storage building. Which is done. And now somebody's working on another one of these, which will immediately be filled. We'll see 2 spots open up, and then immediately get filled with workers. Okay. We're off to a good start there. We need to assign another none, I think, for the person who just showed up. I have 3 people unemployed and now only 1. So as soon as the next one of these is done, there will be 1 empty spot. Because with 2 new ones, one's empty because I don't have any more people unemployed. And then from there, this is still waiting on a builder because it's not considered the priority since we said priority on this one first. Okay, now I wish there was a way to see how quickly the berry workers work. Although technically right now they can't produce anything because their storage is full. As well as my granary having its storage full of berries. So there's no place for us to put the excess. But if I build another granary, I then have to put at least 1 person working there to put storage in it. But I guess I can take away a couple of these guys, since it's not as important. Well, I guess, yeah. We're going to go ahead and assign every free person to these for now. Currently, all of the jobs that I just created by making more of these are completely full. And we're going to go ahead and prioritize that. Even though I think they would prioritize it anyway since there's nothing else that they can work on until we have more polished stone. But manually doing that hopefully means that they get a move on with it. So, that said, I think I need to make another granary just for the sake of space. I've got more resources than I know what to do with. And I don't think that I can expand the granary any further. Yeah, because I added 2 granary depots and there's only space for 2 of them. So, we're going to not paint, build a granary. And we will also expand it so it's got space for those 2 other depots. It's just a question of where now. I think we'll put it right here. And the entrance is on that side with the ladder. How close can we get it to the house? Okay, I can do some overlap. I think that's fine. Then we throw on some depots to the side. Just as long as they can still collect berries there for now. And I guess we'll put the other depot on this side of this path. Okay. And now we will assign... Oh, I don't have any free people here since I assigned them all into the monastery. That's fine. Okay. We've got some stuff built. There's space for more storage of berries. And now they're working on the next berry bush to be built. And that will assign... Yep, now we have everybody employed. I think I want to continue to expand the scriptorium if we can, but that will take polished stone. And this is still in the process of being upgraded. And we'll need to expand the monk dorms soon. Polished stone I get, just isn't enough. But I am generally on an increase in the amount of coins that I'm getting. So maybe I need to expand how much stuff I'm buying. Okay, we can host a regional fair. As long as my happiness in the village is at least at 75 or higher, we will get some labor influence, which it's not like we're hurting for at the moment. But we also will get a happiness bonus, which can't hurt. Let's go ahead and accept that. And we have reached a population of over 100 monastics. We've got 94 novices, 3 brothers, 3 sisters. So that is exactly 100. We're doing great on herb trading. In fact, we have a decent amount of herbs just on hand. What about honey? How's that going? Okay, 92. So that's ready to, I think, start selling some stuff. So I think what I'm going to do with that, first of all, see if anybody wants to buy honey of my current trade routes. I can't sell honey to them. I can to Davenport. Or to Kinstone Abbey. So I'm going to hope that it generally goes to Kinstone Abbey to give me more clergy influence, since that's what this particular scenario is kind of centered around. But either way, I'm getting the same amount of money, so it's not like the worst thing. So, trade route. Resources. Honey. We're going to sell down to, let's say 60. Anything that happens above 60, we will sell. But that way we keep those 60 on hand to eventually make sure that we're meeting this requirement of selling at least 50 within the course of a month. But that way we're still making income until we can do this while also selling wine, which I can't even start yet. Go to the book, not the book, progression menu. In order to get to wine, you need 150 Calendar Splurgy. Ooh. Strike that, reverse it. Clergy Splendor. Calendar Splurgy. Sounds like a disease. Okay. So, now we're making a decent amount of berries here. Is it worth... Let's see. Let's go to the book. We're going to look at buildings. We have a single berry garden. Oh no, that's the one in the church. A gathering hut that also collects berries out here. Out here. Where's my gathering hut? Right here. In the tree. If I can take those 3 off that job, since we're making berries elsewhere, I think we're making enough that that is doable. The reason why I started with this is because I had to do that until I could unlock the berry hut in the other place, and also because they worked at a much slower pace than these guys. But I think we can afford to take the 3 of them off of it, which then frees up a little bit of space for my ability to have village workers, serfs, doing other jobs. And we're going to assign all 3 of the ones who used to be there to be transporters for now in this granary storage space. Okay, got another 4 people in town. And those 4 will be... Let's see. Didn't mean to zoom out. Well, my construction here is done, but all of the workspace is taken. So if I assign them into here, they will still be considered unemployed. I think that's okay for now. Oh, of course, just one of them's a nun this time, and the rest would be monks. But I don't have space for them, so now I gotta expand that. Okay. I guess the question is there a way to expand onto the side of the building without it going all the way down to the ground? And I think the answer is no. Unless I just continue to go upward, which will be kind of ridiculous. Modest galley. Yeah, I don't want to take up this space because then they can't work. So I think we've just got to make you a new building. Back here, maybe. I mean, it would be nice to have... No, I think we need this space to expand the hospitium. So instead... Hold on. We're going to pause the game before we go any further with that. Doesn't look like they've planted for the new season yet. Oh, I mean. I don't see any seeds or anything growing at the moment. So, we're going to paint this. We're going to scoot the field even further in that direction. Okay. Now that, they still have the same amount of space to do farming in, but I still have this space to expand my monastery a little bit more. Okay, so we will continue game at speed. Once they go out to plant, then this field spot will be erased, and it will be expanded out in that direction. Now we have an iron ore vein here, which we may eventually need to exploit. So I don't want to get rid of it. I'll just have to build around it and that'll be fine. Okay. So, back to this one. Let's expand the monk dorms. With a matching minor hall. But that's too far away from the regular building. I guess, is there any way for us to... No, I don't love that. Over here? No? I guess we could expand into these trees with other stuff, but not with this. So instead of expanding the current monk dorms, we're just going to have to add a new sub-building that is monk dorms. And put it over here or over there. And I think we're going to put it over here. Let's go ahead and put a major modest hall. Let's put it out here so that if we need to just expand this regular berry thing, we can do it without having to start a brand new building like we are with this one. Then we'll make it a little taller because currently it holds 15. That'll make it hold 20. Then it needs a door. Let's go with a modest minor gate. Then let's add on a gallery. Galley? Nope, a gallery. Let's go ahead and do another one. And then mirror it on this side. Oh, I've got it backwards. Looks goofy. Okay. There we go. Now, as far as... It's already half covering the window, so we're just going to make it taller. It would be perfect right here, but then we don't get the added one person on the capacity. I think that's fine. Too high. Okay. Nope. There we go. Okay. Span that one up. And that one up. Okay. Now time to put some decor on it. That's right, we put buttresses on the other one. Let's put them on the outside of this. And have it go kind of all the way around. I can't see though. It could go higher on this side, and I think we're going to. Does that change anything as far as cost, or... Nope. Okay, that's great. These trees are... Okay. I don't know that I want to buttress all the way up there. That's good. Okay. And then we'll put another one right here. And some other on this side, just at the base level. And then we did put one on the front over here, so put one here. Then, oh good, we had some delighted visitors. Happy to hear it. Then we'll put a cross on the front here, and a gargoyle on the back here. And that will do it for us. That's going to be 43 extra clergy splendor. But it will cost a whopping 174 polished stone, which is the thing that we are constantly missing. But we've got a good amount of income now. We're going to go into the royal book. We're going to go to resources. And I will buy up to, let's just say 100 polished stone. Now that we have space, we're going to assign a couple more. Oh, maybe we don't. We have them here. Cool. Okay, more people showing up. Neat. Three are nuns. One's a monk. Interesting. I can't select from here to add more, but I can from this other one, which then adds that third person here. Okay. Well. Neat. And this one's still in progress because it's not fully done with the amount of polished stone it needs. But we probably have that granary done. Right here. Okay. Got to assign some resources. So we're going to put berries because we are running, I think, at our limit as far as storage space for that one. Let's go ahead and do a little bit more meat because I know that we have a lot of that on hand. Do another one of fish. Let's do some more honey. Some herbs. Let's go with some... What else? Let's hold off for now and see what we end up needing more space for, since I've got space for 4 more things. Now that this is done and there's no berries at it, we are going to destroy this building. And now we've got 13 manuscripts to promote people. Gonna promote you. And we're gonna promote you. As soon as I have another one, I can then promote someone else. Okay, how are we doing in happiness? What's you're unable to find a house close to your workplace. You're a novice. You're an herbalist. Is that not close enough to your workplace, or is it just because it's not built yet you're upset about it? What's your name? Third one? Aldfrith. Yeah, you have a house here, but it's way over there and it's not built, so you can't actually live there till it's done, so you're going to have a little bit of unhappiness that way. Fair enough. I get it. Great, we had some delighted visitors, which gives me a happiness bonus. Alright, here we're going to get some stone. Maybe not. I thought that was the trader who did that, but I guess it's a different one. Okay. Steward of the Bishop is approaching my village. He wants to buy more bread, herbs, and berries. Got plenty on hand. And I have quite a bit more clergy influence this time, so I can get a better deal than just 105 coins, probably. The steward ponders your words and agrees to increase the sum due for your bread, herbs, and berries. So instead of 105, it's doubled to 210 for the same amount of resources. And I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and help our brothers and sisters. Confirm. I think I'm going to set a spot here to buy... Do we just buy the clothes? I think so. Let's start with that. The only reason that I want the clothes in the first place is because, well, nobody, I think, wants them for their needs. Like, novices and promoted people alike, they don't need anything as far as, I think those are considered common goods. I do need, based on this, to unlock this trade route, which is another clergy-aligned group. I need, does it say 20? So again, that color of that text against that background can sometimes be a little bit difficult for me to, I think that's 20. So we need 20 common clothing. So now that I've got that spot set apart in storage, we can buy up to 20 common clothes. And then once I'm done with that and I unlock that trade route, I may never need to have that clothing again, which is why I'm only buying up to 20. And we were successful. Everybody was happy by the time the fair rolled around. So we get a happiness bonus and some labor influence. And we got another thing here. Wandering monks are once again seeking refuge at your illustrious monastery. For a month of peace, they promise to spread the word about your land among the clergy. So, I can open it to them. As long as within a month they have an 80% approval rating, then we're good. I can also give them some supplies while they're here, which is only 30 berries. I think that's easy enough. That'll give me 5 more clergy influence and a happiness bonus. So, yeah, we'll do that. And immediately confirm that. Trade. And then they're going to be hanging out for a month once they get here. Hopefully there's space for them. I need to expand the hospitium if I can, but we're still in the process of building this. And finishing the expansion of this, so it's unfortunate. It says I have 2 people unemployed right now. If that was true, then they would be here. And then they wouldn't be unemployed. So it might be because they don't have a house fully built yet that they're... Oh, it says they're herbalists, so... Yeah, that's one of them. So they must be people who are not in the monastery. Great, I just assigned both of them to the monastery. Okay, slow this down a little. 3 more people to work in the monastery. But my jobs are all full. I need space for 2 more people to be able to work. My apiary never got built. That's how I get more wax and more honey, and can assign 2 more workers, so that's going to be prioritized. Once I get polished stone, that's going to be the first one that gets finished now. As far as housing out here, we do have plenty of extra housing for non-monastic people. I say plenty. We've got space for 3 more here, 4 more here, 4 more here. So that's 11 more? 12, 13. I think I already counted that one, so let's just say 13. I currently have a total of 56 serfs, So an extra 13 would put us at 69. Nice. With our hard cap being at 75. So I would need to expand more houses to medium density in order to hit my hard cap of 75. In order to do so, I need like this one, which is currently low density. It is already hitting the patrol coverage requirement. It just needs light fortification in order to upgrade. So let's slow things down a little bit so I don't miss stuff like this. Requesting manuscripts for polished stones. Oh, this might be good if I can have enough manuscripts on hand. The bishop seeks manuscripts of the faith. Confident in your monastery's capability, his steward has polished stones already prepared for you should you deliver manuscripts within the next few months. So they give me a total of 84 days to have 15 manuscripts on hand. They will give me both 10 clergy influence and 30 polished stones. But if I fail, I lose 20 clergy influence. However, I am already at 11, and I will just need to make 4 more by the time 84 days is up. And I think that's easy enough to do. I can have a 90% chance of getting additional resources with this deal by spending 10 of my clergy influence. Yeah, let's do it. It says the bishop didn't plan on sending more resources right now, but you can haggle for more on delivery. So instead of just 30 polished stone, hopefully I'll have some more if I make this haggle. The steward carefully ponders your terms and concludes negotiations. He agrees to your words and pledges to grant additional polished stones once the manuscripts are delivered. So double that. Instead of just 30, we get 60 for the same 15 manuscripts. So we'll agree to that. 84 days to make it happen. Okay. We're looking into making this covered by light fortification. Now I can do that in a couple ways. I can build fences around houses that don't have that need met. Or I can build a tower that overlooks them. And let's see. I think I only have a couple houses over here that are not lightly fortified. So, well, I guess first of all, one of these that isn't upgraded doesn't have patrol coverage yet. So I need to go to my... Where is it? This guy, the watch post, and expand their range just a little bit further to this house. Now it still falls within the adequate sizing, so hopefully they are able to patrol it with enough coverage that it then is covered that way. And now I just need to make sure that they are covered by light fortification. Now, what is considered light fortification as far as buildings? Seems like anything that's a tower like this. I could put a church over here, but I don't know that that's worth doing. I guess I could put one here and eventually phase this one out. And where this one only has a capacity of 24, that would be the easiest one to phase out sooner. Let's try that. Let's see if a church counts as being lightly fortified. Modest church. Oh, but I don't own this land right now. Well, first of all, let's see if it even... With a bell tower? Okay, a bell tower does count as light fortification. So they feel like they are observed enough to be able to grow into medium density. So in order to make that happen, I got to buy this territory here. Costs 100 and has an upkeep cost of 15 a month. That's fine. Oh boy, and in here we got some iron ore deposits. Okay. So, done that. Gonna go build a modest church. We will do the modest church nave right here. And we'll turn it like that, I guess. Well, we'll see how it goes once we put a bell tower on it, which is the thing that will provide that modest light fortification. Enclosed belfry, steeple. First of all, steeple is here. I don't think provides that coverage, so... Oh, it's right here. We see the little... this symbol here. Okay. Well, we're going to get rid of you. Let's go with ones that provide more clergy splendor. A windowed belfry. Ooh, that's big. Is that what we want? I don't know. I'll consider it. I feel like it's a little bit big for the size of the building. Just as far as the width of it. That was the windowed. Let's try enclosed. Also, I think a little wide for the building as it exists. Go for a minor one. Yeah, I think that better fits what this building feels like. But it is not currently hitting this guy. So we gotta move the whole building. Nope, I didn't want it to be that short. Can I do the whole... No, I want to move both of them. There's a way to do that. How do I do that? Like that. There's a way to have the menu of the whole thing show up kind of above. Maybe? Maybe not. Whatever. We'll move it individually. Okay. Putting it here. A little taller. Can we scoot that? A little shorter, maybe. Okay, that's enough to cover that, and that, I believe. Yeah, okay, so both of those that weren't covered are now taken care of. And we'll put a little... I say we just put it right here. A little door right there. Oh, that's way too big. Modest church gate. Turn it this way. Don't love the balance of it. So instead, maybe we put the door here and they just have to figure out a path to it. Alternatively, can I move the whole... Oh, good. Now it lets me do it. Turn it like this. Now, how are we on the coverage of this? That does it. Okay. It's a little tall now. Can I scoot this way? And a little lower. Right there. Perfect. Alright, yeah, let's do that. That gives us an extra 6 clergy splendor. Does take quite a bit of polished stone, unfortunately. Ooh, we could throw some stained glass on there. But that does require stained glass, which I don't have the ability to make right now. Could put a little modest church facade on the back. Which by itself adds 4 clergy splendor. And put a little brazier out front. And maybe some crosses. Sure. Okay, that's going to be an endeavor as far as the cost of the polished stone, but that's okay. We're buying up to 100, hopefully. Did I ever get my clothing? I didn't check. I sure did. So let's go ahead and go to the trade route and unlock that for 20 of those. Now we'll go back to common clothes and we will not buy any. I don't know if that counts for the guy who's already going around, but in the future, if there's anybody who would sell me clothes, they can't anymore because I'm no longer asking for them. The apiary is done, so we got more people working there. And we have nobody who's unemployed at the moment. So, Rather than have clothes be sent here, we're going to unassign that. What else could we buy at the moment? We could do... I think we're already buying tools. So if we were to buy iron, that would be something. Because with iron and planks, I think we make barrels. So then I just need to create a, what's it called? Cooperage. Okay. Planks, iron, and tools. Yeah. But if I just straight up buy barrels, I think I might have some kind of deal that I set up originally that buying barrels would be cheaper for me. So let's say we're going to put barrels here. That way the only thing that we need to do in order to make wine is to just have the vineyard to make grapes. And then we take that and a barrel and turn it into wine. And we have our 15 manuscripts, so we're going to go ahead and make that trade and have 60 polished stone. And we'll go into trading. Nope, not you. You. And we're going to go to barrels. And we're going to buy... Let's, for now, say if we ever have less than 25, we buy up to that amount. Because I think they're kind of expensive. Let's find out. If I'm buying barrels, 6 each, yeah. So we'll start with that, because I think it's going to be something like 150 to 200 coins if we were to buy all 25 at once. I don't want it to get too far out of hand. Okay, another monk, another nun. Yeah. But assigning those 2 people here did make it so they don't have a job, because currently there are no places that have open space. So, back to the monastery. We're going to... First of all... Yeah, okay, all construction on that was done. I just wanted to double check. Back to the monastery. What sub-building can we add? Cloister. I don't think we currently have vegetable garden. We've got herbs, we've got berries. So let's go ahead and do a vegetable garden. And I think we'll put it back here. I imagine it's going to be very much like the berry and the herbs in that I need to add additional things to it to have more space for more workers. But maybe it works like the apiary where there's only 2 people assigned to it. Because it doesn't look like it's actually giving me any additional options. So we'll apply that. And then if we edit, what happens? Yeah, no. Okay, so 3 people can work in the vegetable garden. And we're going to say prioritize that because it doesn't take any polished stone. Now, how are we looking over here? Still waiting on a builder in the first place. Okay, as soon as I get more people in town, I can assign somebody to be the priest here. As soon as that is fully built and I have a priest working on it, I can take this guy off of this church and take this church down. Let's speed the process of that up a little bit. And we are already, even with our limit of selling the amount of honey that we have been, which I think is like selling everything above 30, we're already selling that limit of at least 50 within 30 days. Now it says that it's red because I think we're just like really near that limit, and it hasn't updated whether, like maybe it says 54, but actually the most recent count is slightly below, but it doesn't update yet. Something like that. Seems like a lot of the things like the counters in this game work on like certain timers, and so they'll update every so often. So I'm not sure exactly what that means to us, but that's fine. We're still waiting on wine to even be a possibility, so. Okay, we got somebody new. We'll assign that one person to be a priest. As soon as this building is done, that means both of these that have patrol coverage will have light fortification, and they will upgrade to medium density housing, which adds on an extra 4. And if our total cap before was 69 and we add an extra 8, that'll put us at 77, which is above the hard cap of 75. So that's enough to upgrade our housing density to where we need it for this scenario. And what's your deal? Oh, okay, okay. I did not know that. You need to have a crop field painted for vegetables. I guess that makes sense, and I should have thought of that. But they can't plant in the trees. So, we gotta cut down some trees. We're gonna go into our paint option and remove some resources. I just realized that this was an option rather than having woodcutters have to go over here. But I'm gonna say, yep, all of these resources are gonna be removed. And then if I don't do anything to that, it'll be taken care of shortly. I don't know by who. I don't know if that's a builder job or something else, but let's speed time up a little bit so that we can then start to paint this vegetable field as soon as those are taken care of. Let's actually slow down for a second so that I can look into that. Resource, what did I just complete? We hosted the Wandering Monks for a month. So we got our rewards of 110 coins and 5 clergy influence. Okay, we're looking for resource removal. Is that a thing? Not listed there. Maybe I didn't spell it right. Resource. There it is. Removal. Environmental resources. That's not helpful. Resource removal. Remove. Paint tool. Remove paint. Nope. Resource availabilities. No. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's go to the... No, I'm not seeing anything here. No wonder I didn't know about it, because there wasn't a tutorial about it. Okay, well, I guess we'll find out who does the job eventually. Someone's doing it right now. Who are you? You are a builder. Okay, so that's a builder job. So let's speed up time a little bit. And we'll assign everybody here to the monastery. We'll do it like this. Okay. Okay. The other issue is we only have one builder's hut, which I think only holds 3 builders. The issue is they have to be serfs or villagers, which works towards that cap of 57. So I don't want another set of builders, but we might need it just for the sake of getting stuff done. And then we'll have to reassign them at some point, probably. But let's see. Do I have barrels yet? Cannot see. There they are. Perfect. So I do. Looking in here, we are at 134 clergy splendor before that other church gets finished. If that gets us to the 150 mark, I can then unlock a vineyard and start making some grapes, which can be turned into wine. Is there anything that I should unlock over here? Can't hit this tier until I have 75 labor splendor, which is not a thing that I'm working towards in any other capacity, so I don't know if it's really worth it. The only thing I'd really want over here would be a labor privilege, but I don't know that that's really necessary. In order to make my own barrels, I need to have at least tools unlocked, which is here. Cost 50 coins, I might as well, to unlock things below it. Let's see. I don't know that I really want to make any of this. I guess we want the extended village edict. And that cost me 100 coins. We could do another one for 250. I think that's worth it, because generally those are pretty, like, long-term buffs that just are passive. So we'll get 2 at once. And then we're going to go into our menu for edicts and privileges. I guess we got the one for labor that was a privilege that I never did. Newcomers ignore the happiness immigration factor. You can have one more concurring tax without penalty. Residential taxation happiness effect is decreased by 25%. We could get a trade price bonus with anybody from a labor village. Cool. Let's say we're going to do trade price bonus with labor villages. Other edicts, mandates are cheaper and they take less time. We get more stone, more iron ore. Basically, all of our mining is better, but all of our food is worse. And I think that's definitely not the play this time. Upkeep of production building parts are decreased. That might be okay. And then trade quantity just increases, but the price bonus is less. So essentially what that's saying is we can trade more at once for a cheaper cost. So I'm agreeing that they can buy more from me at a cheaper cost. I don't know that that's necessarily worth it, unless it's just saying in the opposite way, where I can buy more from them for cheaper. Let's try it. Yeah, that's fine. And let's go ahead and do a contractual wage, making it so mandates are cheaper and quicker. Mandates include things like improving a trade route. This one just costs clergy influence in 5 turns, so let's go ahead and do that. Got 5 days to make that happen. Who doesn't have access to service? You? So you just need to go to church. I guess this one's already full. Which I'll need to replace this one also sooner rather than later then. But it's not like it's a terrible... Well, it's a pretty long walk from there to there. But with my current population of 177, this one will hold... I don't remember how much it was. 45? And that one holds 36. Okay, so we're already at a rough time if everybody needs to be able to go to church. So maybe rather than destroying this one, we'll have to expand this one first. And we'll have to build a better, bigger one over here first before we can destroy this one. Okay, well, first of all, just to make things go faster, we're going to have a builder's workshop. I think closer to this side of town. Yeah. I guess it's right next to the other one already. I don't necessarily want that. So can we put it like here? Closer to the side of town that I'm expanding in. And we will assign as soon as I have people on hand. There's one. To be a builder. Now the issue is, I don't think you have a house that you will... Oh, wait, there's space here. I think that's close enough that you'll be fine. But I guess that's the issue that we run into. Of, well, I do have enough housing over here for all of my regular villagers. If I create any more buildings over here, they might be upset that there's no housing for them nearby. Okay. Trees got cut down. I never did this part. That's currently adequately sized, but I don't know if it counts for the stuff that's in the trees that haven't been cut down yet, so we'll see. Okay, but I have 9 manuscripts, so I can promote somebody else. Brother, sister, brother, brother, sister, novice. Promote you. Oh no, there's a service shortage. Okay, well. Yeah, okay. So I did get too many people without expanding church fast enough. And this is awfully slow. But we gotta prioritize this one. Okay. They're in the process. Cutting them down. What else is within that? Okay, good. We did go quite a bit further. They're just slow. Because there's not that many of them. Alright. Can we speed things up a little bit? As soon as we have the door built, I think church may start, but I actually think it might require the church bell first, so it won't be done until basically the entire thing's done. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we have gone through enough time. Oh no, not quite. Kinstone Abbey trade route is almost expanded. Once that's been improved, I think that makes it so... Hold on. So the trade route, currently at level 1 with Kinstone Abbey, they can only trade 45 per item per visit. And the quantity of resources brought and sold on the trade route in the last 30 days, and the minimum required to upgrade the trade route. As soon as you are trading 40 within 30 days, then you have the ability to upgrade it. Higher levels allow you to trade a larger volume of resources. So it should be upgraded any second. Yep, come on. Or currently they can only trade 45 per resource per visit. As soon as that is done here, the trading's already done, or the improvement's already done. I'm just waiting for my monastic emissary to come back to town. As soon as they've made it back, that will be considered complete. And I think this just doubles, so that they can do 90 per resource per visit. We'll find out. Meanwhile, I bought this one, or I have this trade route, and it seems like they've sold 25 within the last month to me, or I've bought 25 of something from them. Okay, it's upgraded to 2, so now I wanted to take a look at what that is. Yeah, so it's just doubled to 90. Cool. Now that that mandate is done, we can improve the Northbury one. We could gain 10 clergy influence, which I don't need. I could revise some estate privilege, which is one of the things that I don't really need to do. I could just straight up get 5 more monastics in my monastery, either monks or nuns. I could expel anybody who's unemployed in the monastery, which I don't want to do, or I could revise an edict. So let's go ahead and improve the Northbury trade route for 25 bread and 5 days. Okay, let's slow this down a little bit. Still waiting on the polished stone, but we do have 47 that we just barely bought from somebody, which isn't quite going to get us there, but it'll be a good chunk of it. Speed it up a little bit. I'm going to say let's go to the monastery and assign a new person there. Okay, we're going to have a little quest here that we can accept if we want. Improving trade with Middle. Trade with Middle is booming, so I've done enough trading back and forth that I've now hit the, prerequisite that I can then send my monastic emissary to improve their trade route. They plan on investing this wealth into restoring their old church, which would attract pilgrims. It could also benefit your village if you supply them with resources, so I will see to it. Which is just saying I now have the ability to improve theirs with 50 polished stone, which is, of course, something that I'm always running low on. Okay. Got my barrels. And we got... Okay, we have an open field now. Can I expand it any further? Adequately sized still. Now it's too large. Now it's adequate. Okay. No access to housing. Who? You. What do you mean? Have you just not been to your housing? Or, oh, it's already almost full. Great. I love this. Okay. Well, this is nearly done. Which will go a long ways as far as the service shortage that a lot of my people are upset about. Bell tower's almost done. At least as far as we can tell by looking at it. Oh, we got a new immigrant. Okay, bell tower's done. Now we're just waiting on the door and the decorations. It looks like we're just missing 9 of our polished stone in order to finish the project. But that has to do with all of the extra decorations. We can still have church happen. So that's going to help already with people who are upset about church service. Okay, the bishop is going to buy more bread, herbs, and berries for more polished stone. No, just for coins. That's great too. And we're going to haggle to try to double my coin input, the amount of coins I get from it. 90% chance gives us the deal, so we get 210 instead of 105. Now, from there, did I set apart any space in the granary for vegetables? I don't believe I did. So let's go ahead and give 2 spaces for vegetables. Okay. And now I can promote 2 more people. Brother, sister, brother, brother, sister, 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 novice. Promote you. Sister, brother, novice. Promote you. Because if I can get them to work faster on producing more manuscripts, that makes it so I can more quickly promote everybody else. And make everybody more productive. Okay, yeah, even having gotten rid of my regular gathering hut, I've got 656 berries from my monastery, so... Okay, influential village. Your influence with the clergy has struck a chord. Traders from the estate are keen to win your favor by temporarily offering more generous and advantageous terms. So, because I have such a high clergy influence, people are going to give me even better deals just straight up for the next little bit. At least people who are coming from the clergy estate. Okay, now we're just waiting on 1 more tool here and 8 more polished stone. Okay, we got plenty of space. How are we doing on overall happiness? Does anybody have any little warning signs here? No, that's good. Okay. We have now improved our Northbury trade route to level 2. Which is... Oh, didn't mean to click on that. Come on. There we go. Northbury is this one. They're the ones who sell us polish... No, that's where I can sell polished stone too. Where do I buy polished stone from? Okay, currently it's from Kinstone Abbey. Great. We can improve our middle with more polished stone, which I don't have currently, so we'll wait on that. Oh yeah, I agreed to this but then never actually hit confirm. We've got the resources to make that trade. Okay. So, with that done, let's slow things down for a second. I was going to look back at trade routes to see what is going to be needed to improve some of these other ones. Middle, this thing is already met. I just need to spend the polished stone to improve their route. Davenport, I'm going to need more stuff traded with them, which currently the only thing that I'm trading to them possibly is honey and wax. But I'm also doing both of those to Kinstone Abbey, which I think is getting in the way of those. So is there anything I can sell to Davenport that I can't sell to Kinstone that I have on hand? I could sell boars, but I don't want to because I'm turning them into meat, which I need to feed my people. I could sell them beer, but I don't have beer. I could sell candles with the wax. I don't actually think that I'm currently selling any wax, am I? Where is wax on this list? Right here. Yeah, I'm not selling any. I've got quite a bit on hand. In order to make candles... How do I make candles? Right here. Okay. It's only one... Oh, but it takes iron too, which I don't have. Okay, I'll have to buy iron then, so that I can create candles and sell them. Okay. Well, in that case, I need a storage space that I can put iron in. But this warehouse is already full. So, I'm going to have to build a new warehouse. And unfortunately, we're still really close to hitting our limit for non-monastic workers. Okay. We can put a warehouse. I'm gonna say, I know it's kind of ridiculous to have it out in the middle of nowhere, but at least it's near these houses, so workers will be filling into these houses that have space. And we can add on 2 additional warehouse depots, which add space for more types of resources, more stacks essentially. And like that. And then just because it's turned a little funny, I gotta fix it. Okay. Built that. Okay. I have nobody who's not in the monastery currently. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 2 transporters off of this warehouse and put them over here. Because I think 2 is enough for our needs. That way I don't have to add anybody new as workers in the warehouse. We just kind of redistribute what we've got. So, with a new person, let's go ahead and, in the monastery, add another monk. Okay, we bought some more polished stone. This is the priority. It has all its resources. Now it's just waiting for a builder. This doesn't take any polished stone, so that will be the next priority. I know I only have 4 builders in the entire village, so it makes sense why we're still waiting on someone. But, oh wait, we're still waiting on a tool too. So where are the builders at? Are they all on break? These 3 are all currently on free time. And then this guy is also on free time, so as soon as any of them makes it back to work their shift, they will be assigned to the church first. And then they'll be assigned to the warehouse. Okay, overall we're doing pretty good as far as happiness goes. These people in the church are not particularly thrilled. Why is that? Because they still technically don't have housing because the monastery is not finished, or the dorm isn't finished. And some of them are upset because they haven't been to church recently. Cool. Well. Okay, great. We have somebody bringing 3 stone. Oh, but we still are missing the tool somewhere, which we have on hand. There's our person with the stone, I think. Yep, that's their name. So they'll finish whatever the project is that does not require a tool. Nope, I guess they'll just bring the stone and leave. But that person's bringing tool. And now that tool's here, that person is going to finish building the cross on top here, I think is what they're working on. Done. And that does get us past the Clergy Splendor that we need for the progression menu here. We're going to unlock a Clergy Privilege straight up, which costed me 35 Clergy Influence. We now got 36, so I can unlock one more thing. We're going to start with the winemaking. Okay, that's being worked on. As soon as it's done, we will be able to assign more resources to it, like the iron that we can then trade, like, that we can buy from other people. Okay, as far as a vineyard goes, let's slow things down so I don't miss anything. I'm gonna go... Nope. That's right, it's in the monastery as a sub-building. What is showing up here as... Okay, the candle workshop that I unlocked. But I need the iron in order to make candles. Okay. We're gonna go... prioritize this as far as what to do with our polished stone. And we don't quite have enough. We've got 90 of 174, which means we need 84. We've only got 61. That's okay. I wonder if we have enough to get to that point where the main stuff is done and then it's just the pretty additions that are just like... Yeah, okay, cool. So now it is a livable space because they have a door. So now everybody who's upset about housing, as far as the monks, should be fine. Looking as far as nuns, we are almost at our limit of nuns in our current space. That's great. Oh, I did want to really quick, just for fun... Oh no, undo that. I did want to change the roof color to match the rest of the nunnery rooftops. Of course, I gotta do this manually for each thing, but that's okay. Door. And all of these. Great. Okay, that's done. And because this one was the orange color, we want the monk dorms to be the same. I think that color. There. Okay. Now the ones on the back that aren't done yet. And that one. Alright, I think that's that for that. Now... we need to build vineyard. Monastery, edit, new sub-building. Vineyard. I imagine it might be like the vegetable field where I need to paint out space for it. So, can we put it like here and then have their field kind of go out this way? I think that's the play. And let's say that the vineyard gets to be that color. Why not? Yeah. I think it is either going to be like the vegetable garden or like the apiary, but I imagine it's probably, because they're growing stuff, it's going to be more like I have to paint a field for them. So in that case, let's remove these resources to make a little bit more space for a vineyard. Oh, we got a new immigrant there. Go to the monastery and assign them to be a monk. We got 10 people who do not have jobs at the moment in the monastery, which is rough. Okay, we got to assign our resources now. We're gonna put wax here, which I think we already have spaced in the other one, but that's fine. Iron, put a couple of them. Now just making sure as far as the, is it Cooper? Cooperage. If we were to make barrels, we'd need tools and iron. But since we're just buying barrels, I don't need to worry about having tools. And I already have space for up to 100 tools in my storage there. I guess it can't hurt just to have one more, just in case. And I think rather than smelting my own glass, because that is going to be a whole long process with a lot of workers, I think maybe we just buy some glass. And I think quartz is also required. Oh, hold on. I might be lying. By that, I just mean misinformed. Glass comes from quartz and coal and tools. And then a stained glass workshop will then take any glass I have to make into stained glass. So, I don't need quartz unless I want to have glass smelters to make quartz into glass. So, we're going to actually remove that one. I think let's have space for candles once I've made them. And let's just wait for now on that. Okay. This does take polished stone, 20 of them. And I still need I'm getting 5 more, so I'll have 120 out of 174. So I'll need 54 more. So I'll need to wait until trading happens again to get some more. But with the amount of money I have on hand and the amount of income I'm making... Oh, I did want to be in this menu, but this one. I'm going to say let's buy more polished stone up until I have a hard limit of 150. And we're going to buy some iron, which is here. Buy that up to a total right now of 50. How much is that going to cost me, though? Buying iron. 5 coins each. 50, so that's going to be 250 coins. I think that's doable. Based on my current amount of money out of my total, I think that's definitely doable. I'm not currently receiving any immigration because my employment rate is so terrible, which will be improved once we get this vineyard. I guess now I don't have to have this prioritized because it's just the decorations now. Let's prioritize this to get some people working. And then I think I would like to improve my scriptorium by expanding it. But I think I'll wait until the vineyard's done. Okay, you're a novice, you're going to be promoted. And you're a novice, you're going to be promoted. And now the scriptorium is working at 100% productivity. It won't be as soon as I expand it, because then I'll have more people who are novices, but that's okay. Might need to expand the gardens some more. people are coming in for trade again. We also have a delegate of the Abbess approaching my village. I mean, might need to stop my sales if I start, like, hitting my cap of my total treasury limit. I'd at least have to pause what I'm selling, but I could still be buying. I guess while we are here, let's go ahead. We got the vineyard, but then we need a winery. So let's go ahead and build that too. Now, I think a winery does not need any sort of, what is it, field space or anything that way. So we're going to, I think, put it right there and apply that. Now, this is currently the priority. It's got all of its polished stone already. So then we will prioritize this secondarily. And speed up time a little bit. And now we have plenty of polished stone on hand. We got 99 from trades just now. So this one's going to need 25. This one's going to need 44. This one already has what it needs, so we are good on that front for now. Now the question is, yes, we do have iron. Improving trade partnerships. The Abbess appreciates your ever-growing commerce and would like to bolster these partnerships by arranging more deals between the clergy and neighboring villages. Where these deals are to be conducted is up to you. We could bring them to our monastery to do trades. We host neighbors' merchants, and they have to at least hit a 90% approval rating for a month. If at the end of the month they have 90% approval, then we will get trade price bonus from everybody. But if they don't hit the 90% approval rating, then I lose a 10% trade bonus, at least for a while. Or I could have my herbalists just be assigned to do that and not have to wait the time period. But my herbalist is not very high level, so it's just a 50-50 chance whether it is going to be done well. Or I could say, no, instead of here, do it over at the Abbess's land. But I don't have a high enough clergy influence to haggle that, essentially, to argue for that to happen. So it's less than the probability of a coin flip that will go well for me. Or I could just say, I don't want it right now. I think we can do okay with their approval. Let's try it. Just waiting on builders. What are they all doing? I guess one of them was cutting trees, but their approval's currently at 91%, 83% because they can't fulfill 2 of their needs. What do the merchants want? Service shortage. Okay. Church is a big deal. Wood for the bishop. I don't currently have a lot of regular wood on hand, but it can't hurt to accept it, and then hopefully I'll meet it within the 15 days that they need. If not, there's no negative consequence. So here, come on, builders, where you at? I think I can remove some carpenters so that we're not making planks quite so quickly, so that we can have the wood. We hit our limit of 150 in storage, hopefully. Which I've got space to do at least 200 in storage. Okay, good. Got a builder working on it. And someone working on this one. That's good. At least currently it's still waiting for a builder, but it's already mostly built. Uh-oh. These merchants have a 30% approval rating right now? That's no good. Why are you so concerned? What's your deal? Church, so a service shortage, and a refined food shortage. What do you mean? I've got meat. Do I need just another market stall in order to get it to people enough? I think that might be the case. So let's go with a food stall. And if we throw this on, it can hold 20 more resources, where this only holds 10 in the first place. Which one's the meat one? I think the meat one's the red one. So we'll throw that on so that it matches. And then we'll also throw a food stall sign here. Just for funsies. Yeah, okay, that is the meat stall. Okay, and then once it's built, we can assign a third person to it, and then meat to that stall specifically. But we do have bread on hand, so actually maybe we do bread. No, I'm using bread to make these meals, so I think for now let's just do another one of meat. Because I'm pretty sure, back to the kitchen, we're making simple stew, which is just herbs and bread. There is one that can do meat. Meat and wine, which is a robust roast. But I think I'm fine just doing the bread and herbs one. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to be getting that trade bonus. Got 22 days to boost their happiness or their approval rating by 50%. We'll see. Because if we're still at a service shortage, I need to start building another church already. I forgot that I unassigned the sawmill workers, but then didn't put them anywhere else. Don't need another patroller. I don't know how we're doing on the amount of bakers. Currently they don't have any work because they don't have any flour. I think let's do one less miller, two less millers, one less baker, and then go into my monastery and assign people here. Unfortunately, 3 of those 4 will have to be nuns. And only... Did I say 3 of 4? 1 from here, 2 from here. I think all 3 of those were nuns, but there's only space to add 1 here. So, we now need to expand the nun dorms again. So we're going to edit this sub-building. And I think we're just going to stack on top of it. Or put on the side. Come on. Like that. Okay. And then we'll change the roof color. I don't know if that was the kind, was it? Yeah, it was. Why are you not matching up side by side, though? You're not fully... Okay, so maybe it's not. What is this? Gallery, I think. Which added a minimum capacity of 5. That one also does 5, so... One's rustic, one's modest. Let's remove this one and match the modest one. Turn it around. Okay, change the roof colors. That's going to add on space for 10 more nuns. And then maybe we... That's way too big. Well, we can build it to the side, I guess. It can't hurt to just stack it on here. It doesn't look great, but it provides more space. So by itself, we're now going to have space for 25 more nuns. Takes 70 polished stone. We'll apply that for now. Assign the additional ones here. Even though they're going to be upset because they don't actually have a bed yet. That'll be fine. Okay, marketplace. I don't have anybody... Oh, I should have taken one of those before they got assigned to be a nun. And I don't think I can take them out of the monastery. So I just gotta wait until more people show up. But luckily, because I have more people assigned to stuff, I'm at least getting somebody in immigration here shortly. Okay, got 3 vine growers. Now we need to paint their crop field. Too small for the current amount of workers. Alright, we're working on it. Cutting back these trees as fast as we can. What is this orange thing that I painted? Hunting. Ah. Is that right? Yeah. Well, because I got rid of these trees, they can't hunt there anyway. And I don't own this land, do I? No, I do. Okay, great. So we're going to go to my hunter's hut. We are going to... Oh, I guess we don't have to go there. We're going to paint hunting space here. And that'll be that. Okay. Is there anything that I'm missing? Yes. Hosting wandering monks. Wandering monks are once again seeking refuge at your illustrious monastery. For a month of peace, they promise to spread the word about your land among the clergy. Host them for 28 days with 80% approval. I could also deliver them supplies and get some bonuses. Or I cannot afford it right now. Hold on. What is our hospitium looking like? I don't know that we've got the space, especially while we're doing this thing for 17 days. I think we're just going to have to wait. We're going to dismiss the opportunity for now. Until I can expand the hospitium a little bit. Celebrating bread. With so much bread in the granaries. 139. Okay. The elders believe your village might be ready for a bread fair. If you can ensure everyone has a good time, there's a good chance the trading value of this resource will improve. I get more coins when I sell bread if this is successful. I'd have to be giving bread out during the fair. That would be fine. We get a happiness bonus with my villagers, but not with my monks or my monastics. And we get some labor influence. We'll try it. There will be a negative to this if I don't succeed. Still got 5 days on this, and we definitely don't have the wood on hand, so it's not going to work, and it'll be fine. Okay, that's considered adequately sized, although I don't know how much they're actually going to do in these areas where it's like slightly red from the tree line. So, we'll see. But it's something. And then I've got vintners working here to make the wine once we have the grapes. Okay, but I have the resources now that I'm buying more polished stone, so I think maybe let's go ahead and expand our hospitium. No, before we do that, let's make a church. Not a rustic, but a, what's it called? Modest? Yeah. Modest church. We'll go with the biggest one so that it'll take the most amount of people. Where can I put it? That's going to be most advantageous. Don't want to destroy any homes in the process. That currently won't destroy any homes. It will get rid of the pathway in between those houses, but they'll just have to walk around it or create a new pathway or something. Okay. If I put a door on it, it will not destroy that house. And we could put a steeple. So we put another minor church bell. Like that. Now all these houses will be under light fortification. It's not super necessary because, again, I can't really hold many more people, so upgrading these to medium density isn't really a goal, but it's something. I actually think, what if we make this taller? Currently it'll hold 45 people. Hitting this threshold makes it so it can hold 60. I think that's good. But then can I also add on to it? As much as I want to shove this on the end or something, that's when it'll start destroying houses. So not that kind. Can I just do a smaller one and stack it in the middle, a little taller? Well, maybe behind the church bell. Scoot that a little forward. Not too far. Come on. Find the middle ground. You don't have to go all the way to there. Maybe you do. That's fine. Okay. Now this makes it so it has a capacity of 102. I think 106, once we hit that threshold, let's go ahead and build that. Can I add anything else to make it pretty to gain more clergy splendor? Let's put a little ringed cross there. And a gargoyle in the bell tower. Okay, yeah, that's neat. And that'll add 17 clergy splendor. That's something. Once we have the church, we can rest assured that visitors will be happier because they have a church to attend. Now between that one that'll hold 108 and this one that holds 45, we'll be at like 150-ish, roughly, of our 184 population. So we can't yet destroy the other churches. This one only holds 24. This one holds 36. I think we can justify at that point getting rid of this one so that this priest can work somewhere else and do another job. And then eventually we either expand this one a little bit or that one a little bit. And then we fully just do the same with this one and this priest. Okay. Now what am I missing? You're not making any grapes. Why? Waiting for work. All three of you are waiting for work. What am I missing as far as... Says it's adequately sized. Vineyard. Let me look at my help menu here. Of course, nothing there. What about in here? Oh, that's right. It's in Monastery as a sub-building. Let's go here. It just says that it produces grapes. Okay, well... Grapes. Doesn't tell me anything here. If I look up grapes, maybe? Okay. Monastics are automatically assigned. We knew that already. Higher status monastics, prioritizing roles like monastic emissary and refectorian instead of a farmer or a copyist. Winery uses barrels and grapes to produce wine. Okay, but what about the vineyard? Okay, not helpful. Let's go to progression menu. Vineyard produces grapes. Why is it not doing it? It says that the farm state is currently in the harvesting state, but I don't see any vines anywhere for them to harvest grapes from. I don't understand. Well, if it doesn't fix itself, that might be something I have to look into later. And then hopefully by next stream we'll have it ironed out. Okay, I forgot. We're here. Oh, but we don't have... I assigned them immediately to work in there, didn't I? Okay, well... How are we doing as far as mill? Let's go ahead and remove a miller. Make them a market tender. And put in bread for the bread fair. I think that will be easy enough to achieve. But we're still 9 days out from this thing and only at 50% approval. Let's see specifically why. You need 2 sources of refined food, so the bread is actually going to help with that. And then I don't have luxury to give you, so I can't get you to that level of whatever, because I don't have any luxury items. But the regular visitors that weren't part of that were delighted, so I get a happiness bonus for the entire place. I don't think that affects the approval rating, though. Okay, well... we're going to need someone to be the priest there. Don't think we can afford to get rid of another baker. Or another miller, probably. So any work that we can. Let's take a transporter off of this granary. And they are going to be our village priest over here. It doesn't apply yet because I don't actually have the building built. But that is where more is going to work as a priest. Speed that up a little bit. Says the farm state is in a resting state over here. Waiting for work. Again, how? Do I need to erase it and do it again? Do I need, like, trellises somewhere for them to build, like, to plant the vines on? Because at least when you do hop farms, the trellises are just included as part of the farming, like, field that you paint. I don't know. Because so far, I still don't have any grapes or any wine. Which is somewhere. Grapes here. Wine is... there. Right next to grapes. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, 0 of both right now. That's no good. Now it says they're in the sowing state. Okay, perfect. So we do see it. Neat. So they got all the sticks or whatever out there that they're then going to sow their vines across it once they start working. Just because I want to watch the process here. Speed it up just a little bit. Maybe. Because at least here we get to see, like, oh yeah, clear progress of them putting out the veggies. Okay. The regular visitors were delighted. Still not here. They're only at 60% approval. See, we still have somebody, like, going in and out, but... where are you going? Out here. Hanging out at the Grange for some reason? Are you a worker here? Yeah, you're a vine grower. Why does it feel like you're broken for some reason? I don't know. I'll keep an eye on it and come back. Oh, but I have not been paying attention to promotions. I think all of these people have been promoted. So, as far as the next kind of work that needs to be faster, I think, we got a good amount of berries. We have a low amount of herbs in general. I'm going to say let's do the apiary, because that is one of our primary sources, I think, of income, since honey sells for quite a bit of money. So let's go ahead and promote you. And then you two as well. Then I can promote one other person. How are we doing on veggies? Vegetables are here. 65? Sure, let's promote one of you. And now I have enough people promoted to that status that somebody could be promoted to a third one, which is called a prior. Like members of a priory. Okay. Only at 73% approval, which needed to be at 90. What are you so upset about? Service shortage, refined food shortage. Okay. Yeah, we're working on the church. So I'm going to get a ding to my trade cost. I will have to buy things for more money. And I think I also get less money for what I sell to people. Alright, the bishop can purchase food from my illustrious land. We've already seen this one a couple times. Yeah, I've got all those resources. Let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to have a 90% chance to haggle for twice that money. Yep, great. So it's doubled. We're going to go ahead and confirm that. And now we're nearly again at our limit for our treasury. So I got to spend money somehow, somewhere. I've got a bunch of traders coming in right now. Well, before they come in and all of a sudden try to give me money that I don't have space for, do I expand my territory just to spend some money? I think maybe I do. Let's buy that one. And that one. And just for fun, we're going to buy this one. I know we had bought it previously and then sold it, but it's fine. Okay, we're going to stop there. Well, stop buying stuff there. Cool. And there's the thing that says the merchants didn't have the 90% approval rating, so I'm going to have at least temporary, I hope it's temporary, trade price bonus. Yeah, okay, it's a temporary thing. 84 days left for that one. And this one is just part of my bulk trade. This one, right? No, this one, right? No? Bulk. That one. Okay. Well, now that we've done that, taking a look out here. Okay, great. We are seeing somebody work out there. So I guess instead of them growing vines, well, maybe they are. It's hard to say. But we now have vines out there that are planted, and they're still in the process of growing. We had regular visitors that again were delighted, so there's a happiness bonus for us. And as long as my happiness is at least at 75%, then after the next 3 days, we're going to get a trade price bonus of bread and a happiness bonus for all of my regular villagers. What do you have to say? Davenport is praising your mutual business. They are planning to build a bridge to help increase the volume of merchandise moving into their village, and they hope you will contribute. Sure. Okay, so in my mandates, Davenport trade route, they need planks, which I don't have enough of because I have spent them all on stuff. And that's no good. And I guess taking these two carpenters off of work makes them quite a bit slower. And I don't have any free workers to assign to become carpenters again. I don't know that it's worth you continuing to do your stonemason job, because you're working slow enough that I don't think you're very... I don't think it's worth the amount of work you're doing. Hold on, I have two menus up. I was confused. Okay. Well, now that you're done with that one, we're going to unassign you from the job. I guess you're not done, but it's fine. I think you keep working until you're done, and then we will assign you to be a carpenter so that we can get some more planks going. Speed this up a little bit. As soon as we have the door and the bell tower done, it will be able to be used as a church. I'm just waiting on the polished stone, these 40 listed here. Okay, they're harvesting, I think. No, they're still in the growing stage. Okay. But we did do the bread fair, and we were successful at that, so neat. Still have 10 people unemployed that are all monastics. Neat. Okay, now they're harvesting. We see all the grapes everywhere. Cool. Okay. Diplomacy with Kinstone Abbey. Dealings with Kinstone Abbey did not go well. This was in response to having the nearby merchants come by and not be super happy about it. The abbess decided to intervene and to prevent a greater diplomatic incident. She proposes you make amends to turn this event to your favor. I can trade 1,000 coins worth of resources with just Kinstone Abbey over the next 84 days. I then will get a trade price bonus with them. If I fail, my trade route is fully blocked with them? Oh no, I don't think I've ever seen that serious of a negative consequence. Okay. I could just give 300 coins straight up and still get the trade price bonus without the risk. Or I could just spend 15 of my clergy influence and be done with it. I feel like I could probably make this one work, but I'm nervous about it, especially because if I don't, then I fully can't trade with them anymore. So we're just going to spend my clergy influence and be done with it. So 15 of my 50 that I had on hand. I'm happy with that. Okay, now in my progression menu here, one of my endgame requirements is to have this abbatical church. I need to have 300 clergy splendor. I'm only at 196. At that point, I'll have to spend 50 clergy influence, but we're a ways out, I think. So let's stick with that for now. Okay, and we finally hit 200 prosperity, which in here has unlocked the final tier of this common path. I can improve my candle workshop that I have not yet built. Why have I not built it? Because I got distracted. Okay, so, candle. And I think we'll put it out here with the iron. Yeah. And also near these houses that have space for people to move in. Gonna go ahead and build that for 300 coins. Oh, but it needs to be within a lightly fortified area. So, I have to put it right here. And let's go ahead and do that. Sure. Am I buying candles? Why do I already have some on hand? Progression. No. Trade routes. Resources. Candles. I'm not buying any. I guess I maybe just started with 38 or got them through one of these events that happened maybe. But I don't need candles for anything as far as I'm aware, so I'm going to sell everything above, let's say for now, 15. Because once that's up and I have workers assigned to it, this iron that I'm buying and the wax that I'm producing will make candles that I can then sell. Okay. Now that this worker's out of here, I think I can't afford to just destroy the building and lose the stone. So I will wait until that stone is maybe taken elsewhere. We're going to pause production. So hopefully that then is taken to mean that that stone is up for free grabs to be taken wherever else. And once it's gone, I'll destroy the building. First wine bottled. A rich fruity aroma fills the monastery as the first bottle of wine is sealed. This new delight promises a taste of luxury and the prospect of great wealth ahead. We get a happiness bonus for everybody. So here we get 5 wine in exchange for 10 grapes and 1 barrel. Kind of expensive, but, you know, it is what it is. How are we doing on workers? Okay, not bad. No access to luxury. Who needs luxury, though? Who's upset about that? Let's go in here. Let's filter by happiness. Okay, the least happy still has 80%, and you don't need luxury. Is it visitors who are upset about that? Hold on, let's go to the logs. It's not listed anywhere. I think it might just be a visitor thing. Not you. I don't know, because all of my serfs don't require any sort of luxury. And I don't think any of my novices or brothers and sisters require them either. Yeah. Alright, this church is done. Oh, I didn't notice that putting it here means that people can't make it up the stairs on this side. That's okay. They're still going to church, so it's fine. And there's 2 entrances, 2 stairways. I could theoretically shift it a little, but I worry that then I would possibly destroy one of these houses. Because the range of it is a little bit unclear sometimes. Oh, they can still make it in that side, so whatever it is, it's just lying. That's fine. Unless... No, you're a serf who works at the refectory. There's no reason why you can't make it up. Yeah, okay. Cool. It's just lying to me. That's fine. Unless they leave immediately. No, we're just getting an influx in and out at the same time. Cool. Courier is approaching. Got plenty of space for more of those. But until the people here have jobs, we're not going to get anybody new. So, back to the monastery. Edit. No, not the building. We add a new one. What is a job we could assign? Berry garden, herb garden. I guess we could expand some of these. I think we expand the scriptorium first. Let's go ahead and... I know we have tons of space to work with here. Way too big. Minor? Yeah, okay, we could do that. And just kind of connect it here. Won't look as pretty, but that by itself is adding on a space for another 7. And up at that height, it will add on 8. We're just going to apply that. It's not going to look pretty, but it'll do its job. And once that's built, we'll be able to assign 8 of our unemployed villagers to be more copyists. But we need trading to happen because we need some of that polished stone. In pausing production, we still have the 10 stone in here. That sucks. Is there any way to clear out the resources? I don't know that there is. Well, it's fine. It's not like it needs to be destroyed. Requesting manuscripts for polished stones. Okay. I've got 15 on hand. In 84 days, I can probably get 10 more. I can also try to get more and double the 50 to 100. I think that's fine. Yeah, we'll haggle for more. He agrees. 100 polished stones for 25 manuscripts. Yeah. It says that he paid the agreed amount, but He hasn't yet paid it because I haven't yet given him what he asked for. Also, the 50 listed there was different than the 100 that I haggled for, so must just been a little bit of a mistake. Oh, I forgot that even though the regular church service is available to be done, it still can't hit the cap of like 108 that we worked towards, so as soon as the rest of the building is done, that'll be the case. Just need 10 more polished stone for that and 5 more tools. There's the 5 tools on its way. And we don't have the polished stone on hand, but hopefully that's the trader that gives it to us. Let's find out. Buy from them polished stone. Yep. Davenport bought some candles from us. Good. Do we have the candle thing built yet? Nope, nowhere close. That's fine. Because we still need workers to be able to do it, which we won't get until we have some more people employed, which is going to be part of this building. Church is finally mostly done, just waiting on those 10 polished stones that we just barely bought from Kinstone Abbey. And now those 10 polished stones are being brought here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, good. I was concerned that I had clicked on the wrong thing and that the scriptorium wasn't actually being expanded and it was a different building. And I was like, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Got all the resources and now it's just finishing the process of being built. At which point, I think, based on the expansion, 8 of my 10 are going to be employed, and then all of a sudden I'll be able to get more people showing up. But I will need to start progress on something else to get the rest of the workers assigned out to. So, can't expand the vegetable garden or the vineyard or the winery. I'd need to make new ones of each one. But I can expand the berry garden and the herb garden. I think there's not really space to put anything else, so we might as well expand the herb garden here. I'll do it right there. Sure. That one there. One here. And one right there. It's going to be 10 more. Space for 10 more workers there. $12 more. $14 more. Okay, we have 4 people unemployed right now. 2 unemployed now. And then shortly, I think this will update. So instead of having a nil level of immigration, because our employment's good, since we only have 2 people unemployed, we'll start getting more people. So, with that done, and with this done, we're getting a lot more copyists working at once. We are going to not promote any, because I have to get 25 in order to make this deal happen. And so while that's being upgraded, we're also going to do the berry farm, berry garden. Edit this building. Turn it this way. Yeah, I'm fine getting rid of that tree. Well, it's kind of nice. I don't know. Maybe instead we do something like that. There we go. So that's going to give us 10 more berry workers. Let's go a little bit further over here. 12 more. We might as well match the herb garden expansion and have 14 here. And maybe we need to build more warehouse buildings on it. And throw on another herb garden hut. Somewhere. Might as well put it adjacent, I guess. Just like that. A little bit of overlap. That adds on storage space for 50 more herbs here. We'll put another one here. So, 100 total there. Added on. And then let's go ahead and throw on another hut here. Here where? I guess it'll be on the other side of this apiary here. Yeah, that's fine. Right next to the vegetable garden. And then we'll do another one right here. Yeah. Okay. So now on top of new workplaces being built, there's also going to be more storage. And now immigration's back up to high. Alright, I think with that, we are on our way to more self-sustainability and higher immigration rates. So I think we're going to call it right there. Well, first let's accept this deal. We have our 25 manuscripts. We're going to get 100 polished stone out of the deal. And yeah, okay, we'll stop there. Gonna move on to here. All right, well, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it. Yeah, that's all we have for today. So we will be back on this game on Monday. And then Wednesday, I haven't yet determined what we're going to do in place of Portal, since we finished both the first and second game and there's no sequel. But keep your eyes out. We'll do something. And then next Friday, we'll be back with Doxybot playing Peak. So we'll see you then. Hope you have a good one. And have a good evening. See ya.